bring in Myles Garrett, you're going to have to give up a hefty load. You got to first assume a first-round pick in 2025. It may even be an additional first-round pick the following year. If it's not an additional pick in 2026, a first-rounder, then again, you have to go back and assume it's multiple second- or third-round picks, either this year or next year. Detroit at the current moment is sitting in good cap position. Heading into 2025, they have approximately $45 to $50 million worth of cap space. However, the following year, that does drop significantly down to between 20 and 25 million, and that's because of the contract extensions that are been kind of hitting hard that year. Let me first start by saying I would love the Lions to bring in Myles Garrett. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer. The stats speak for themselves. It would immediately elevate the Lions defense back into Super Bowl contenders. Can you imagine Myles Garrett on one side and Aiden Hutchinson on the other? Already considering you have what you have in the middle with Aleem McNeil and all those other pieces. The organization has come out and said that they are looking for sustained success. They see a long sustained open window, not just something that's opened and closed over time. That's kind of a same old Lions mentality, in my opinion, rather than the new Lions regime and the new culture. So to me, you have two conflicting schools of thought. F them picks. I hear that all over the place. Or long-term sustained success. Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes have both come out and said that the Lions are never just one player away. To bring in a player like Myles Garrett would be amazing, but it doesn't guarantee you a Super Bowl. The Aiden Hutchinson injury is a perfect example of that last year. The Lions have to look at the big picture, the depth building behind these superstar players. They've done such a great job of building this culture, this idea of drafting, developing, and then rewarding those players that you've drafted. And if you give him that extension that I think he's going to be searching for, you might be paying him $35 million per year. He's worth that. Don't get me wrong. His play is warranted for that amount of money. But can the Lions truly afford it? If they're looking at sustained success and keeping to this philosophy of drafting, developing, rewarding, they usually don't give out those kind of contracts, especially via trade. So this would be outside of the norm. And it would limit the Lions' ability to sign future contracts. The Lions will not trade for Myles Garrett because it goes against their cultural philosophy. As much as I want Myles Garrett on the Lions roster, I want to see Hutch and Garrett. I want to see what that kind of devastation could do to the NFL. It's not what Brad Holmes and the Lions are going to do. They don't make this kind of move. It would hinder their future success.